America's Pop Culture Trivia Show.
Check it out.
America's Pop Culture Trivia Show. With Joe Parisi.
It's episode 169 of America's Pop Culture Trivia Show. I'm your host, Joe Parisi. I've got 3 fast-paced rounds of pop culture trivia coming your way. As always, we get right to the point. 7 questions per round, 5 seconds between questions for you to think of the answers. And at the end of the round, you get all of the answers. So fun, fast, easy to follow along with and play with us here. I've got a television round set up for round number 1 today. Round 2 will be music. Round 3, movies. And before we start, I've got to thank one of our listeners who pointed out something very important to me on Twitter. And I did not realize this. The podcast platforms where you listen to these shows, Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever, we're only offering you the most recent 100 episodes of this show. So from episode 1 up to like episode 69, we're just unavailable. It was just cutting them off. It was only showing the most recent 100. But I have fixed that, so now the entire back catalog going all the way back to, I think, 2017 and episode 1 is available. Anywhere you listen to these shows, they're all back available now. Sorry about that, and thank you to the person who pointed that out. Here we go, guys. It's episode 169. Good luck. Let's play.
Round 1.
Round number 1 today is a television round. Question 1. A satirical sitcom that followed the Bluth family, a formerly wealthy, dysfunctional family that owns a corrupt real estate development company. Name the show. Question 2. A Nickelodeon sports competition show that originally ran from 1992 to 1995. It was filmed on a set dubbed the Extreme Arena. Each episode features 3 young athletes competing against each other in 4 extreme versions of an athletic event, culminating in a 5th and final round, which sets the 3 competitors on a race up an artificial mountain to decide the victor. Name this show. Question 3. There was a VH1 reality show that followed Christopher Knight, who played Peter Brady on The Brady Bunch, and Adrian Curry, who had won the first season of America's Next Top Model, a year after they met and fell in love on a different reality show. What was the name of this reality show that starred Christopher and Adrian? Question number 4. On the TV series Roseanne, Johnny Galecki played David, and the late Glenn Quinn played his brother Mark. On the show, what was the last name of David and Mark? Question 5. On Friends, what is the first name of Ross's first ex-wife, the mother of Ben Geller? What was her name? Question 6. This reality show ran for 7 seasons. The first 2 on the WB, seasons 3 through 7 ran on VH1. Similar to The Real World, a group of people would go and live in a house together. But on this show, those people were celebrities. Season 3 of this show starred Charo, Dave Coulier, Flavor Flav, Jordan Knight, Ryan Starr, and Bridget Nielsen, all living together. What was the name of this show? And question 7. In 1985 and 1986, there was a WWF themed Saturday morning cartoon. So a wrestling cartoon. What was the name of this show? And that is going to do it for round number 1. Let's check your answers. Question 1. A satirical sitcom following the Bluth family, a formerly wealthy, dysfunctional family that owns a corrupt real estate development company. Name that show. That is Arrested Development. Some of the funniest television characters of all time come from the show Arrested Development, in my opinion. I love it. Question 2, a Nickelodeon sports competition show that originally ran from 1992 to 95. It was filmed on a set dubbed the Extreme Arena. Each episode featured 3 young athletes competing against each other in 4 extreme versions of an athletic event, culminating in a 5th and final round, which set the 3 competitors on a race up an artificial mountain to decide the victor. Does that ring a bell? What is the name of that show? Nickelodeon Guts. Question 3. There was a VH1 reality show that followed Christopher Knight, who had played Peter Brady on The Brady Bunch, and Adrian Curry, who won the first season of America's Next Top Model, a year after they met and fell in love on a different reality show. What was the name of this show starring Christopher and Adrian? My Fair Brady. My Fair Brady ran for 3 seasons. That was a weird time in our history when, I can remember sitting home on my couch watching that show, and I don't know why, but I guess of the offerings in the early 2000s, that was most appealing to me, and I don't like that version of myself. It's such a terrible show. Question 4. On the TV series Roseanne, Johnny Galecki played David, and the late actor Glenn Quinn played his brother Mark. On the show, what was the last name of David and Mark? Healy. The actor Glenn Quinn, I learned, was very close to landing one of the lead roles on Beverly Hills 90210. Couldn't you see Mark from Roseanne on that show? He kind of always had the sideburns, good-looking guy. He would have fit in well. It's said that he went through 8 separate auditions. He was auditioning for both the role of Brandon Walsh and Steve Sanders. And he didn't get it. They strung him along for a long, long time. But for his trouble, they gave him a small role with 2 lines in the show's pilot episode. So if you watch the pilot of Beverly Hills 90210, you will see Glenn Quinn, a.k.a. Mark Healy from Roseanne. Question 5, on Friends. What's the first name of Ross's first ex-wife, the mother of Ben Geller? That would be Carol. When I was in Los Angeles a couple weeks ago, I think I've mentioned this, I did a Warner Brothers studio tour, and I didn't realize this. That tour is very, very focused on the TV show Friends, which they filmed at that studio. They've named one of the sound stages the Friends Studio. They have a massive gift shop full of nothing but Friends merchandise. There's screens all over playing episodes of Friends. It's wild. I had no idea that Friends was going to be such a focus of that. They've got the fountain there. They've moved it around, but the fountain is there. And apparently that show still generates $1 billion a year. Still, to this day. Question 6. This reality show ran for 7 seasons. The first 2 on the WB, seasons 3 through 7 on VH1. Similar to The Real World, a group of people would go live in a house together. But on this show, those people were celebrities. Season 3 of this show starred Charo, Dave Coulier, Flavor Flav, Jordan Knight, Ryan Starr, and Bridget Nielsen, all living together. What was the name of this show? The Surreal Life. Surreal Life, that's the show that spawned a couple spinoffs. Strange Love with Flavor Flav and Bridget Nielsen. And then also A Flavor of Love. All thanks to The Surreal Life. Question 7. In 1985, 1986, there was a WWF-themed Saturday morning cartoon. What was the name of this show? Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling. So like rock and roll, but rock and wrestling. I learned that none of the actual wrestlers voiced their characters on that show. So all the characters on the show were famous wrestlers on WWF television, but none of them participated in the cartoon. They just hired a bunch of voice actors. And the person that was the voice of Hulk Hogan on that show was Brad Garrett from Everybody Loves Raymond. Robert from Everybody Loves Raymond was Hulk Hogan.
Round 2.
Round 2 for our 169th episode is a music round. Question 1. Name the band who released their debut studio album in 1993 that was called Everybody Else Is Doing It, So Why Can't We? Question 2. I said, hey, what's going on? What's the name of the founder and lead singer of the band Four Non-Blondes? Question 3. An R&B song from 1996. The nights are lonely, the days are so sad, and I just keep thinking about the love that we had, and I'm missing you, and nobody knows it but me. What artist gave us this song? Question 4. The first song from Taylor Swift to enter the Billboard Hot 100 was a song named after a country artist. What is the name of this song? Question 5. And I miss you, like the deserts miss the rain. What English music duo gave us the 1994 song Missing? Question 6. From a 1995 album called Tiger Lily. Laughed as she came to my cradle. Know this child will be able. Laughed as my body she lifted. Know this child will be gifted. With love, with patience, and with faith, she'll make her way. Name the artist who gave us that song, Wonder. And question 7. The lead singer of what famous 90s band sang backup vocals on the Guns N' Roses song, Don't Cry? So let me say that again. The singer of a famous 90s band happened to sing backup on the Guns N' Roses song, Don't Cry. What band was that person the lead singer of? And that's it for the music round. Here come your answers. Question 1. Name the band who released their debut studio album in 1993 that was called Everybody Else Is Doing It, So Why Can't We? The Cranberries. That's the album that gave us Linger and Dreams. Question 2. I said, hey, what's going on? What's the name of the founder and lead singer of the band Four Non-Blondes? Linda Perry. Of course, she had the big hit, What's Up, in 1993. But I'd be willing to bet Linda Perry has made way more money in the music industry from songs that she didn't sing, rather songs that she wrote. She was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2015. She's composed and produced stuff for everyone. Christina Aguilera's Beautiful, Gwen Stefani's What You Waiting For, Pink's Get the Party Started, all Linda Perry. Incredible. Question 3, an R&B song from 1996. The nights are lonely, the days are so sad, and I just keep thinking about the love that we had, and I'm missing you, and nobody knows it but me. What artist gave us that song? 2 acceptable answers here. Tony Rich or Tony Rich Project. You see it credited both ways. For a while, he was going by Tony Rich Project and then changed it. So Tony Rich Project. Question 4. The first song from Taylor Swift to enter the Billboard Hot 100 was a song named after a country artist. What's the name of that song? Tim McGraw. Question 5. And I Miss You, like the deserts miss the rain. You can hear that beat in your head, right? What English music duo gave us the 1994 song Missing? Everything But the Girl. So that was the only song from Everything But the Girl to make it onto the Billboard Hot 100, but there's some significance there. It got onto the Hot 100 and spent 55 weeks on the Hot 100, which at the time set a record. That record has been broken, but it set a record at the time. This was the first single in history to spend an uninterrupted full year on the Hot 100, which is pretty cool. The highest it ever got was number 2 in February 1996. The song that kept it out of the number 1 spot, Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men, One Sweet Day, which was an absolute powerhouse of a hit song. If you listen to this show, you know that I'm obsessed with the Billboard charts. That's just something that I just absolutely love. You can look up any week, and it just gives you a cool little time capsule of history at that moment in the past. That's why I love it. Question 6 from a 1995 album called Tiger Lily. Laughed as she came to my cradle. Know this child will be able. Laughed as my body she lifted. Know this child will be gifted. With love, with patience, and with faith, she'll make her way. What artist gave us the song Wonder? That is Natalie Merchant. That Tiger Lily album, fantastic. It gave us the song Carnival, gave us that song Wonder. There's this great new and used music store in my area called CD Warehouse. Somehow they are still hanging on. They sell other things too, but mostly CDs, vinyl. So I've been popping into this place since high school, and I took my son there the other day because I like him to see that stuff, the physical media, and he got a CD player this past Christmas because he wanted one, because he found all my old CDs and he wanted to be able to play them. So I took him in there. I'm like, yeah, pick out anything you want, a used CD, whatever, for like $2. And what did I buy for myself? 10,000 Maniacs Unplugged. And me and my 10-year-old drove home listening to that and just enjoying the absolute heck out of it. What a great album. Question 7. The lead singer of what famous 90s band sang backup vocals on the Guns N' Roses song Don't Cry? Blind Melon. So the late Shannon Hoon, lead singer of Blind Melon, his sister was really good friends with Axl Rose. I think they dated, and anyway, that's how Shannon Hoon from Blind Melon and Axl had this connection, and they became friends. And Axl invited him to come hang out at the studio while they were working on the Use Your Illusion albums. And he asked him if he wanted to sing some backup, so he did. And he sang backup on Don't Cry, and you can actually see him in the video for that song. Look up the video for Don't Cry, and you see another guy with like really long, kind of blondish hair singing. And it's like, well, that's not Axl, because Axl's right next to him. And that's who it is. It's Shannon Hoon, lead singer of Blind Melon.
Round 3.
Today's third and final round is a movie round. Here we go. Question 1. American Psycho is a satirical psychological thriller from 2000 that starred what actor as Patrick Bateman? Question 2. American Pie actors Jason Biggs and Mina Suvari reunited in a romantic comedy in the year 2000. It was about a smart, small-town college kid from the Midwest named Paul, played by Jason Biggs, who takes a liking to Dora, played by Mina Suvari. Name this film. Question 3. A 2021 film from Paul Thomas Anderson that starred Alana Haim from the band Haim and Cooper Hoffman, the son of Philip Seymour Hoffman. The film shares its name with a Southern California record store chain that opened back in 1969. Name the film. Question 4. A 1998 adventure comedy western directed by Christopher Guest that starred Chris Farley and Matthew Perry. This would mark the last leading film role for Chris Farley, and the film was released 5 months after he passed away. Name the film. Question 5. A 2004 documentary film by and starring Morgan Spurlock, where he eats nothing but McDonald's food for 30 days and examines the various effects it has on him. Name this film. And question 6. This actor played Jack Singer in Honeymoon in Vegas. He also played Ben Sanderson in Leaving Las Vegas. He played Cameron Poe in Con Air, Rick Santoro in Snake Eyes, and Benjamin Franklin Gates in National Treasure. Name this actor. Final question, question 7. From 1985, peanut butter is the secret ingredient for magic potions made by two friendly ghosts. 11-year-old Michael loses all of his hair when he gets a fright and uses the potion to get his hair back. But he might have used a little too much. His hair grows and grows and grows in this bizarre but heartwarming family fantasy film. Name the film. And that's going to do it for round number 3. Final 7 answers coming your way right now. Question 1, American Psycho is a satirical psychological thriller from 2000 that starred what actor as Patrick Bateman? Christian Bale. Question 2, American Pie actors Jason Biggs and Mina Suvari reunited in a romantic comedy in the year 2000 about a smart, small-town college kid from the Midwest named Paul, played by Jason Biggs, who takes a liking to Dora, played by Mina Suvari. Name the film. That was a film called Loser. So that film came out exactly a year after American Pie. American Pie was July 99, Loser, July of 2000. Loser, it's kind of a forgotten film, didn't do great, but it had a wonderful soundtrack of things that were, very popular and current at that time. Wheatus with the song Teenage Dirtbag. The music video for that song is basically a montage of, scenes from the film Loser. Fastball, Out of My Head. Tal Bachman, She's So High. Blink-182, What's My Age Again. All of those are on the Loser soundtrack. Great soundtrack. Question 3, a 2021 film from Paul Thomas Anderson that starred Alana Haim from the band Haim and Cooper Hoffman, the son of Philip Seymour Hoffman. The film shares its name with a Southern California record store chain that opened in 1969. Name the film. Licorice Pizza. Amazing movie. Watch it. It's a period piece set in Southern California. Licorice pizza is a term for a vinyl record. The color of black licorice and the shape of pizza, licorice pizza. So if you hear that term, they mean a vinyl record. Sam Goody acquired the Licorice Pizza chain of stores in 1986. Coincidentally, Fast Times at Ridgemont High was one of the influences for the film Licorice Pizza. And in the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High, you can at one point see one of the Licorice Pizza stores inside the mall. So very, very full circle, like a pizza. Question 4, a 1998 adventure comedy written and directed by Christopher Guest that starred Chris Farley and Matthew Perry. This would mark the last leading film role for Chris Farley, and the film was released 5 months after he passed away. Name the film. It's not Wagons East. I'm sure some of you listening, that popped into your head. No. It is Almost Heroes, which makes you think of Wagons East. Wagons East was from 1994. That was the film that starred John Candy and Richard Lewis. John Candy happened to pass away just as filming was wrapping, and it was released 5 months after he passed away. So very similar. These like weird, not successful comedy westerns starring a famous comic who then passed away. So Almost Heroes is the Chris Farley, Matthew Perry one. Question 5, a 2004 documentary film directed by and starring Morgan Spurlock, where he eats nothing but McDonald's food for 30 days and examines the various effects it has on him. Name that film. Super Size Me. 6 weeks after the release of that documentary, McDonald's discontinued its supersized portion option. Question 6. We're looking for the actor that played Jack Singer in Honeymoon in Vegas, Ben Sanderson in Leaving Las Vegas, Cameron Poe in Con Air, Rick Santoro in Snake Eyes, and Benjamin Franklin Gates in National Treasure. Name that actor. Nicolas Cage. And final question from 1985. Peanut butter is the secret ingredient for magic potions made by 2 friendly ghosts. 11-year-old Michael loses all of his hair when he gets a fright and uses the potion to get his hair back, but he might have used too much. His hair grows and grows and grows in this bizarre but heartwarming family fantasy film. Name that film. The Peanut Butter Solution. So the producer of the film The Peanut Butter Solution was a guy named Rock Demers. He was out traveling around on a promotional tour for a different film that he had involvement with in 1984. And he knew that this film was in the works. And he crosses paths with this 17-year-old girl who can really sing. He sees her perform somewhere, hears her sing. He's so impressed. And he immediately invites this young 17-year-old girl to record some songs for the soundtrack of The Peanut Butter Solution. He's like, hey, you're great. I'm involved in this movie. We could use you. So the girl does. But the girl prior to this had never officially recorded anything in English. So it was a little bit of a risk, but she did great. It all worked out. And that 17-year-old girl happened to be named Celine Dion. How about that? So Celine Dion contributed a couple of songs to the film The Peanut Butter Solution, and those were her first ever recordings put out there that were in the English language. My name is Joe Parisi. This has been episode 169 of America's Pop Culture Trivia Show. Thank you for listening. Thank you to everybody who reaches out and says hello and sends kind messages. You guys are the best. Again, thank you to our friends on Twitter who alerted me that the whole back catalog wasn't even available anymore, so we were able to get that fixed. If you want to ever reach out to me, a couple ways you can do it. I have a business website, which is joeparisivoiceover.com. You can email me through there. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram at joeparisivo. So wherever. It's all fine and dandy with me. I appreciate you guys. I'll go make up some more questions, and we will get together and do this all again soon. Take care, guys.
America's Pop Culture Trivia Show with Joe Parisi.